Have you ever gone silent when it mattered most? Walked away from a conversation only to think later, that's what I should have said? Or felt like your message got completely lost in translation? Well, my friend, you are not alone and you are in the right place. Welcome to Breaking Bad Communication, where we challenge the habits, headspace, and hangups that keep you from being heard and understood. My name is Cathy Reilly. I'm a communication strategist, founder of the Clarity Code, and your guide with over 25 years in the courtroom, and then almost another 20 as a speaker, trainer, and entrepreneur, which I'm only 10 years old. So, ha ha. This podcast is your real world playbook for mastering the tough conversations, building unshakable confidence with your words, and showing up with the kind of clarity that changes everything from boardrooms to break rooms to your own backyard. So put your seatbelt on, my friends. We're going to break bad together. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is a topic that we tiptoe around. We have no idea how to deal with it. We make mistakes left and right. And that's the topic of infertility and child loss. And I know a few things about that because just in the last 3 months alone, 3 months, I was having conversations with doctor's office people, individuals, people that I'm recently meeting, all of this and the question always comes up is, do you have any kids? And yeah, I have one. And it's like, oh, only one? And I'm like, well, I have one. It took us a couple years to get her. I have two in heaven. So it's a child, and they don't know what to say. And often I joke, well, yes, I only have one. She's spoiled but not rotten. So I usually make a joke about it, but the uncomfortableness of that conversation hits hard. No one knows what to say. They don't know how to respond. And today we're going to talk about, infertility actually happens a lot more than you think. 1 in 6 adults experience it. About 15% of couples overall experience some form of infertility. That meaning there's tens of millions of people out there that are affected. And usually it's the woman, right, that has to have that conversation. Because men, that's just conversations women have versus men. And these numbers show that infertility really it's not rare. And I pulled these numbers today just so that I had an accurate view of them. And it's crazy to me. But if I think about, well, the conversations you had with your grandma, did she have a loss of a child? And yeah, my grandma did. Both my grandmas had that. But we don't talk about it. And I didn't know it until I asked. So there's about a 10 to 20%, so almost 20% of all pregnancies end up with a miscarriage. Isn't that crazy? 20%. And then research suggests that early pregnancies may be more common, right? And there may be a loss that we don't even know about. And this is the other thing, the caveat with all of these numbers, and then this is what's reported. How many times does the child loss or infertility happen and nobody talks about it? You've never gone to a professional, right? You've never taken additional steps. Right? We don't know the true numbers, so I believe there is more. They say about 80% of miscarriages occur before 12 weeks, which means most women don't even know that they're carrying at that point, and it just sort of happens. Then there's the ectopic pregnancy. 1 to 2% of all pregnancies are ectopic. I had one of those. I was one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the few. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I didn't know I was pregnant when I was pregnant. I had no idea. And it's not, it's actually a very, very serious medical condition, life threatening. And I almost died. I almost died. And we don't talk about it. So here's the thing about infertility. It is not just a physical or a medical condition. It's not. It is a deep emotional weight. It's a social weight. It's associated with stress, anxiety, depression, grief. People feel broken, right? And couples face this repeatedly, month after month, disappointment after disappointment. And many people feel a profound loss. That's why grief is instituted. So if you're somebody that's listening, okay, and you've never dealt with anybody that's dealt with infertility, count your blessings. Okay, count your blessings. And listen, lean in, listen to this because I can guarantee you somebody in your world is dealing with this right now. Right now, and you just don't know because we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. And if you're somebody that there's a lot of stigma that goes around being somebody that's dealing with infertility, not getting pregnant. What's wrong? What's broken? I was asked by my family, "Well, what's wrong with you?" Like I'm broken, right? I am broken. But infertility, it's so private, right? And it's so painful. And the people, the communication barriers are also, people don't know what to say. They just don't know what to say. So, this is why I think it's important that this conversation happens here on this podcast because we need to start talking about it and caring for each other who are dealing with this right now. We need to understand the clarity and the humanness of this situation because it's not like, oh, infertility happens and you get over it. A child loss happens and you get over it. This is a real thing that takes lots of time, energy, and the right communication. So knowing that, okay, 1 in 6 couples, there's a lot of people out there dealing with it right now. So how do we talk to, all right, that we already talked about the problem. Let's talk about some solutions. So how do we right now start talking to somebody who's navigating infertility? Your families, your coworkers, people around you. How do you right now start addressing it without being an idiot? Without being an idiot. Let's talk about being graceful, right? And being human and compassionate. And here's what I say, lead with presence, not solution. Be a friend, right? Your job when you're communicating with somebody who's dealing with infertility or a loss it's not your job to fix it. You can't fix it. You can't. Also, don't be weird. Don't be weird. I mean, this is just because this individual, your friend, your coworker, your family member, whoever it is dealing with infertility, nothing's changed, right? They're not an odd duck because it happens more than you think. So don't be weird. Continue to be the supportive friend, family member, person with them and follow their lead when it comes to a conversation. Saying things like, I'm sorry you're going through this, or how can I support you? I don't have the words. I don't have the words right now, but I'm here for you. Those that are struggling with infertility, they just want to be seen, heard, understood. They just want to be understood that you see me. That's it. Just that you see me. You don't have to fix me. You don't even need to say you're sorry. But just that you have to recognize and acknowledge that I'm on the struggle bus right now. And that's okay. It is okay. And sometimes silence is the most compassionate thing you can do. A hug and be there. Again, remember, your job is not to fix or give advice. Nope. Nope, that is unwelcome. So avoid and saying things or doing things like that at least language. Like, well, at least you can try again next month. Or at least you already have a child, right? Everything happens for a reason, all in good time. These phrases like that, you're discounting the situation. All right, you're minimizing grief and pain, even if it's well intended. So try to reframe all of that and be there. And my friends, don't make a joke. Don't make a joke. My family made a joke. They were like, well, do you need a manual? Don't you, you would think that you would know what you need to do. And they were playful and they were trying to be funny, but it's not funny. It's not, if you're on the receiving end of this, it's not funny. So be supportive. This is the time. Yeah, you need to be empathetic. You need to be sympathetic. You need to be a support and not playful. So you do not minimize their pain. And then ask before you advise. This one, listen to this, my friends. Ask before you advise, get permission. Just because you have a baby, that you're a parent, or that you've lost a baby, that you've experienced something similar, does not give you automatic permission to share your story, your journey, your loss, your frustration. It's not about you. You may think, well, this means that we're creating a connection here. And it's not. It's actually minimizing their journey in infertility, their journey in loss. So just like, I get you. I get you. I've been there, story for another day, but what do you need? So it does not give you permission. And then gaining clarity, because you guys know I love talking about clarity. Clarity is so important when it comes to communication. Ask, what do you need? Do you need me to listen? Do you need a hug? Do you need me to shut up? Never ask about it again? What would be the best way for me to support you and let them lead the conversation? It's about them, not about you. And I mean, you want to be there. You want to be supportive. I get it. I get it, but I got to tell you, when I was on the receiving end, it was not support. No, it was not support. Don't ask for updates. Don't assume no news is good news, right? Let them choose how to handle this information. Let them share, with the boundaries. Do you want me to ask about it again? Okay, you're going to tell me when you've got something to share. Got it. And I want you to know that in infertility, this is not a one-time thing. It is an ongoing grief. It's not just one thing. It's done and over, right? It's typically month after month after month of uncertainty and hope and crush and hope and crush and hope and crush. And it sucks. It truly sucks. So when my husband and I, Prince Charming, we got married in our 30s, and we decided on our honeymoon we were going to start having, well, we decided before that, but on our honeymoon we're like, we're going to, haha, we're probably already pregnant, haha, we're picking names. I always knew that if we had a girl, and it said Jackie, and my daughter's Jacqueline, and my husband said if we have a boy it's Seamus, and thank the Lord we did not have a boy, or we would have had a Seamus. But I did research and took the vitamins and all the stuff, and then got the device that tells you exactly when you're ovulating. So I knew exactly what to do, right? And there was information plenty out there of how to do that. And then months go by and it's nothing and nothing. And then we see doctors. We see doctors and we come up with a strategy. Okay, let's try this. And month after month, getting that call, that's the bad news. Then we start trying what's called IUI. I call it the turkey baster, right? We do that. And month after month after, I think we did that 9 times. And you get that call. And I didn't think I'd get teary, but you get that call that tells you, no, you're not. Sorry, you're not. And it's so debilitating that my husband and I, we had a really fun so I would get the news, and then I'd call him because we knew when the call was coming. And I would get the news, and I would say it's a margarita night, because I can't tell you how many margarita nights we were frequent flyers when it came to margarita nights. Grande Grande, baby. Grande Grande. It was how we dealt with it, and we had to laugh, right? It hurt, but we had to laugh. And it happened over and over. 2 years. 2 years. And there was a lot of loss. There was a lot of loss with that. So, whew, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. But know that the grief that comes with all of that is rough. And, we tried other times for it, but this isn't about me. Yes, this is my story. So I want you to know that it's a trauma. It's a trauma that happens over and over and over again, and it's debilitating and it sucks. So if you know somebody dealing with this, oh my goodness, you got to give them grace. Follow some of these suggestions. Be supportive because God knows they need it. They need it. Now, if you are someone who has navigated infertility, is navigating infertility right now, I want you, first of all, to give yourself permission to set boundaries. Okay? When people want to talk to you, it is okay to tell them, yeah, I'm not ready to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Not today. This isn't a topic for today. I will let you know when we can talk about that, right? You set the boundary around the communication. Get clear. That's where clarity comes in again. You let everybody know what needs to happen so that they can then honor your boundary. But if you don't say anything, they're not going to know. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be weird. And the more weird we make this, the more weird it will continue to be for couples who are dealing with this for years to come. So let's not make it weird anymore. Let's start talking about it. Set the boundaries. I don't want to talk about it. This question is not really good for me right now. Boundaries are not rude, they are protective of you. Okay? It's of you. And I'm going to tell you there are times, the things that it's kind of going to come as you're navigating this as somebody who's dealing with infertility month after month after month, is things that are going to trigger you. They're going to trigger you. People asking you questions. You're going to see other people getting pregnant. You're going to birth announcements, showers, all of this stuff. And it's going to hurt. And those things are going to trigger for you because there's an unspoken grief that's going on. So have compassion for yourself. And for those that are, have compassion for the people that are going through it, right? It is okay to feel sad, frustrated, angry. How come it's not me? It's okay to feel this way. It is okay to feel the feels. Permission granted. No one else gets to drive that bus but you. If you are the one navigating this, no one gets to tell you how to feel. You've got to own that because if you let it bottle up, you're going to explode. You've got to feel it. And I will also tell you that there are groups, right? There's professionals. There are people out there that can help you when you're it's just so much that you need to talk to people, ask for help. Ask for help. It was wonderful that the place that I went to and the doctor and the staff that they had amazing support groups because I needed to talk about it. Nobody got it. Nobody got it, but they did. So they, I swear they have like PhDs in psychology and therapy and all that good stuff because they handled me well and it was needed. I needed it. I absolutely need it. So don't be afraid to ask for help and get support. Now, I will also say choose the people carefully that you want to share this information with. As you're going down this navigation of starting to have a family and all the different tries and all that stuff, pick some safe people, pick your people. Not everybody needs to know your business. And this goes with anything, quite honestly. But in reality, not everybody needs to know everything about everything. And that includes family members. Now, when you are feeling triggered, there's a framework that I've taught before. It's called PACE. And so if you've never heard that, it's pause, acknowledge, assess, clarify, and then engage. So I'll say that one more time, a little slower so you hear this. I want you to think about it. Pause, acknowledge and assess, clarify, and only then do you actually engage. So what that means when things are triggered, because you're going to get triggered. And if you happen to go through all the infertility, you're going to be on hormones, especially the women, right? Guys, you don't have the chemical addition, but you're going through it too. But you're going to get triggered. Things are going to upset you. So just take a moment and pause. What's really going on? And this is a me thing. This is a Cathy thing. That's not a you thing. So I need to take a breath, check myself, and then engage, right? Get clear before I engage, right? This allows you to not lose your stuff. And you can say things like, I need a moment, or I can't have this conversation right now. I just time out. right? Take a time out and separate here. This is something that I struggled with for a very long time is separating your worth as a human then because you can't get pregnant. You as a couple, like you're not infertility is not failure. It's not your body's not broken, right? Her body is not broken. Your value is not dependent upon your reproductive ability, right? And here's the thing about reproduction, it's a miracle that it happens anyway. So give yourself grace. And I know this is easier said than done. I know this, but I'm saying it anyway because I want you to hear that is to give yourself grace. This reframing is essential because it's not that there's something wrong. It's there's a situation at hand that needs to be adjusted, addressed. Could it be the addition of a drug? Could it be an IUI, in vitro, whatever it is? Could it just be time? Could it be stress? Whatever it is, give yourself the grace to figure it out because it's figure outable. It's figure outable. Infertility, at the end of the day, infertility isn't a medical experience. It is an emotional, relational, and communication challenge. It's all that in a bag of chips, and it's a struggle bus. If you are navigating infertility and child loss, you're on the struggle bus, and God bless you. If you know somebody, God bless them. But at the end of the day, it's happening more and more and more. So let's get used to talking about it. Let's make this not weird. Infertility and pregnancy loss doesn't just take something from you, it changes you, it reshapes your body, your future, and sometimes even your sense of identity. And yet, so many people carry this quietly, believing that they're alone in their grief, in their brokenness. But loss is loss, grief is grief, struggle is struggle, and your experience matters. If this is part of your story, know this. There is nothing wrong with you. Let me say that again. There's nothing wrong with you. Your body is not failing you. You don't have to rush healing, explain your pain, or make others comfortable in your truth. And if you're someone walking alongside someone else navigating the struggle bus on infertility and loss, remember that your presence, your listening, your ability to see, hear, understand them, your compassion matters more than anything else in the world. We heal not by silence, but by connection and by allowing space for these stories that are rarely told brings deep healing. And my simple wish for you, my friends, as I wrap up on this topic that brought tears to my eyes, is that no matter your challenge, I want you to know that you're seen, you're heard, you're understood, and you're supported because I see you, I get you, I was you. So thank you so much for tuning in to Breaking Bad Communication. If today's episode sparked a perspective for you and you know somebody that needs to hear this, please share it, tag them, let them know the couple strategies here. It's so powerful. It is so powerful. And remember, powerful communication isn't about saying more. It's about saying what matters with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Now go on, get out there, use your words, giddy up.